Welcome back to Mac Talk Sport, and in this video we are going to review the second set of games in round of 16 of Euro 2024. It was England versus Slovakia versus Spain and versus Georgia. Two heavyweights of the tournament versus two underdog teams, and we almost had an upset last night as well, but England get lucky and they go through. Spain on the other hand, they showed their class against Georgia and basically dismantled them. So let's get right into it. We're going to start with Spain versus Georgia. Going into the game, Spain were the clear favorites. The difference in class between the two teams was quite evident. Spain, when they came into the tournament, they were not one of the favorites for a lot of people, because a young team coming into the tournament, not many big stars. But as the tournament has gone along, now they are one of the very top favorites, title contenders. Now they are the only team undefeated, and the only team with 100% record till now. 4 games, 4 wins. Georgia, on the other hand, they came into this game after defeating Portugal, creating that upset. But unfortunately, Spain were too much for them, and the moment the game started, Spain were quite clearly under control. They dominated possession, and they almost got the lead inside 10 minutes. From the corner kick, the ball comes in, and Dani Carvajal leaps high and heads it towards the goal. It was a great header, but Madashali saves it and keeps the game level. His great run of performances continue. But Spain never laid back, and they continue to attack, wave after wave of attack. But surprisingly and shockingly forever, it was Georgia who got the lead. As I said, Spain were attacking, but somehow Georgia clears, and from that clearance they get a counter attack going. Kagabatse on the right hand side makes the run and plays a first time cross into the box, and unfortunately for Lenormand, he's not able to get in position, and it hits his thigh, and the ball goes in, and Georgia take the shock lead, and it's 1-0 to them. And even though Georgia took the lead, they were never really in control at the end, because as I said, Spain were just relentless with their attacks. Cucurella had a great chance. He came in from the left hand side, just outside the box, takes a shot, but again Madashali makes a great save to keep it down. But his run of great saves came to an end. Cucurella, Rodri, Cucurella and Williams combine again. Rodri plays it to Cucurella, who plays it onto the left hand side to Nico Williams, who cuts it back inside the box, on the edge of the box, and Rodri slots it in, and it's 1-1 to Spain. He brings them back into the game. We go in the half with the game all tied. Second half, and Spain just start where they left off. They get a free kick, Lamine Yamal with a beautiful curler, but Madashali saves it. But the ball remains in play, and somehow the ball comes back to Yamal. He crosses it in, and Fabian Ruiz is there to head it home, his second goal of the season, and Spain take the lead. Georgia respond with their attacks, but because they wanted to come back into the trying to get back level, they left a lot of spaces in their defense, and Spain were already in top-notch form. They easily get behind the players and get their chances. The ball comes in over the top, and Nico Williams controls it brilliantly, shows his strength and skill to get past his marker, and smashes it on the top of the roof of the net, and it's 3-1 to Spain. And that's basically where the game ended. It took everything out of Georgia, and they just in a way basically gave up, but Spain did not. They continued to attack. I think that just shows the difference in mentality between the teams, especially after the game we saw from England and Spain. That's the difference of mindset that makes champions. You know, they were just 3-1 up against Georgia. They could have easily sat back and let the game go, but no, they continue to attack. Yamal makes a great run, and twice he makes Madashali bring a great save out of him, and it stays 3-1. But finally, then Olmo gets a chance outside the box. He takes a shot and he scores it, and it's 4-1. And Spain quite easily and convincingly defeat Georgia, and they move on to the next round to face Germany. I think unfortunately that game should have been a semi-final or a final because of how good Germany and Spain have been. They have been the two must-watch teams of the tournament, to be very honest. You expected that from a Portugal or a France coming into the tournament, but it has been Spain and Germany who have been amazing. All their games have been exciting to watch. The way they are playing, the quarterfinal is going to be quite a mouth-watering event. Speaking of Georgia, it's heartbreak for them, but I think they should be very proud. Their country should be proud of the players. This was their first tournament ever, and they came into the round of 16, defeating a former European champion in Portugal. And even though they lost yesterday, and they lost quite convincingly, you could see that they gave it all they gave it their all, and they tried really hard. But as I said, the difference between Spain and Georgia was quite evident. So that's and it's football, it happens. So the best they tried. Like, you cannot fault the passion of the players. They give their everything. So commiseration to Georgia, but they should go out of the tournament with their head held high. And Spain have a big game against Germany, so that is going to be one of the games of the tournament, in my opinion. And then let's talk about, as I say, everybody's favorite team, England. England versus Slovakia. England coming into the round of 16 with a lot of criticism because of the way they have played in the group stages. And Gareth Southgate said that we are not going to make a lot of changes. It's just going to be the same team. We know we have been bad. We don't want to be criticized. We want the players, we want the supporters and our pundits and media and everybody to be with us. We just support us. Even Harry Kane said the former players who have worn the shirt, they should know the pressure that comes with to play for your country is huge. So we would like your support. But their performances don't vary those statements, because they have been dreadful, and they were dreadful last night as well. Slovakia, on the other hand, they have been really good. They made the first upset of the tournament by defeating Belgium, and then they draw as well. That group, as I said, that was quite an interesting group. They came into the game as very big underdogs. Even though England have been really terrible, they were the favorites to win the game because of the talent they have. That is what that is what mind-boggling to me. That's the amount of talent that England have, and still they produce performances like the one yesterday. The game starts, and it was just bland football from England all the way throughout the 90 minutes. It was Slovakia in the first half who made most of the chances. Around the first one starts from Hancock. He makes a great run on the left hand side, crosses it in, but unfortunately for him, nobody is there to convert it home. Slovakia come again, this time with Harashland. He almost scores, but again makes the block and stays 0-0. England did, I think they did not expect Slovakia to come out of the blocks, which is like, have you not seen them play in the group stages? That's their go-to game. They are not like you who are just going to sit back and let you control. And no, they are going to attack you. They will punish you, and they did punish you. The ball comes in from the left-hand side. Steret controls it, and he watches Schwenz makes a good run, plays it to him, and it's quite simply a 1-0 to Slovakia. Schwenz, which is third goal of the tournament, and that just, I don't know, shocked the English player that they can go behind. And even after the goal, there was no urgency from the English player. They're just passing it on to each other. And there was a moment after the goal, like a minute or two, they were just passing in their on area. Pickford had to come back and shout at his defenders to get the ball forward, get away from our half, go into the opposition half. I really don't like it. It's so surprising. It's so shocking what they do. and it continued throughout the game. We go into the second half, the score is still 1-0. They were a little bit better in the second half, so but that's not something that was good. Kieran Trippier crosses it in from the left hand side, and Foden puts it in the back of the net, but he was offside. And when you see the replays, everything, it's quite clear that Foden could have taken a lot of time. With the talent that he has, he could have stayed behind, the ball would have come, he should have easily been able to make the run and score the goal, but no. And after that, there was nothing the entire game. Like, the biggest chance that they got after that goal was in the 82nd minutes. The two Arsenal boys combining, Saka from the left hand side cuts it back to Declan Rice. He shots it, but it hits the bar and goes off. And Southgate at the moment, I think he has made it in an ego issue. He's being stubborn. He just wants to prove that what I am doing is right. He went with the same side, 10 same players. Only the difference was Kobbie Mainoo came in, and surprisingly he was the best player on the pitch. Apart from him, they were all dreadful. And then the first change he made was at the 66th minute mark. That too was a forced change because Trippier gets injured, otherwise he would not have made the change. And then they brought Saka onto the left hand side because the genius Southgate, he only picked one recognized left back in Luke Shaw, who has not played a game since February. So this is the problem in England. The manager has too much power. There is nepotism. He picks the players that he likes. Like, how can you not see that all these players have been so bad in the last 4 games? It's the same thing. You're doing the same thing over and over and again, and it's insanity, to be very honest. And they almost paid for it. But as I said, it's the talent, because they have amazing players. Those amazing players saved Gareth Southgate yesterday. Jude Bellingham with a moment of magic. The ball comes in, Roy flicks it up, and then Jude does his overhead kick, and that's England draw in the last minute of the game. Otherwise, now the title of this video would have been England eliminated. That's how bad they were. That was their first shot on target in the entire game. That is against Slovakia. That's like that. You are England, and you don't have a shot on target for 94 plus minutes, and they scored. The game goes into the extra time. Slovakia, by this point, I think mentally, that's the difference between big teams and these smaller teams. They can go, they get kind of physical, they can show passion, but that's the mentality difference. And after that goal, it just like mentally they were done by that point. They had made all their substitution. Some of the main players that were the stars were all already taken off because they thought that the game is done. They come in for extra time, and then as his mishit goes to Ivan Toney, who again, he brought Ivan Toney with like 2-3 minutes to go. Why? Harry Kane was disastrous the entire night. People are going to say, oh, he scored the winning goal, but before the winning goal, he was just pathetic the entire time. He's invisible. And he brought Ivan Toney for the first time in the entire tournament for just 2.5 minutes in the end. It's the difference. I think that they scored the goal and the game went into extra time. But if England had lost, you're telling me Ivan Toney only played 2.5 months, 2.5 minutes in the entire tournament when Harry Kane has been so bad. But luck favored him this time. Ivan Toney flicks it into the box, and Harry Kane scores, and then that was it. England just hold on. Slovakia tried to try to get back into the game, tried to equalize, but they were not able to do it. And they get like England just like, I mean, they are gonna play Switzerland in the next game. And if I'm a Swiss player, if I'm a Swiss manager, and I see the performance that they put out yesterday, or even in the group stage, I would be licking my lips. I'm like, yeah, come on, I'm ready, because Switzerland have been freaking amazing. And I think, I'm pretty sure, people are going to say England are the favorites. Switzerland would be the favorites going into the game, because I don't see this England side defeating that Switzerland side. So yeah, that's it from me in this video. Please tell me know what you guys think of England, Southgate, and what they need to do. I mean, just let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Please like my video and subscribe to my channel. Until the next time, bye bye.